has great content, being the fact that you are in charge of analyzing what programming actually makes sense for your platforms?
You know, I think when something feels distinct, fresh, and comes from, people ask me, is it hard to hear in a room? It's hard to know in a room whether something's right for HBO. And I mean, it's hard to know. I'll tell you something. You know in a room when you're talking to a writer, I think, where something's coming from in terms of that story they're pitching. How personal it is, how much they've worked it through, how passionate they are about that story. And I think when that continues through execution, you have great programming. I think we all make, there's a long process, though, between that meeting and what gets on the screen. And sometimes you're right, hopefully more often than not, and sometimes somewhere along the way, you put a piece in there that changes the outcome.
To me, television, like movies, like most, is emotion. What show makes you feel? I mean, the show that changed the world, to me, and I think probably to a lot of people, is The Sopranos, their show, which I think radically redefined the nature of what kind of character could work in television. Tony Soprano, I think, is the most monumental character that's been on any screen, big or small, in the last 30 years. And the size of that character and the characters around him and the specificity and the detail of that world and the drama that was surrounding him was so emotionally powerful that from a character that theoretically would be unlikely to mean as much to you as I think that character meant. I think television works when it's emotional, when it makes you cry, when it makes you laugh, when it makes you scared, when it makes you excited, when it makes you feel. That's what we're all here supposed to do, is make you feel something. So, I don't know, you can put any kind of intellectual description around it, but that's what makes great content. It's what makes you feel.
And I think from the agency point of view, I just think, as I said earlier, I think the cream rises to the top. And Michael was referring to this young woman who has a show at HBO, and she was somehow came to our agency and had a relationship and had a movie that she had done, and it was just fantastic. And she produced a movie at $50,000 or something. And, people saw it at the agency and fell in love with it and got behind her, and the rest was sort of history. So I think that good material somehow it just sort of works its way up, and it seems to be found by the appropriate people.
Over here, sorry. So I was interested in, a lot of people who are looking for content, if it's good content, they're just going to go straight online to find it. So are you guys trying to find a little Hulu model where you're able to kind of monetize on advertisements that are having to be watched while they kind of watch your content online? I mean, are you guys afraid of going to Hulu but creating your own type of model online where people could access your content?
I think what we all would say is we just want the content to be monetized. We want people to pay for the content. It's really expensive to produce an episode of The Sopranos, or an episode of Modern Family, or an episode of Lights Out. And we just want people to pay their fair share for the content. How they pay for it, how they get it, whether it's on an iPad or Hulu, whether they're subscription-based or a la carte. I don't think any of us have the exact answer on how that's going to play out. But what we know is we don't want people downloading our shows for free and not paying for it. Because that took the music business to a really bad place. And that would be bad for everybody.
I mean, specifically, we have launched something called HBO Go. It's a digital service. It provides, it's fully on demand, and it has 1,000 hours of programming at this point, and it's online. It's available if you are an authenticated HBO subscriber on any mobile device, on any portal device, but you have to be a subscriber. But that was absolutely in response to a growing demand for people to be able to access programming other than on the television.